I was able to expand my floating square footage by building this deck. It didn't cost me any money and it was very simple to do. I collected the foam over the course of years along this river. I collected the wood over the course of years along this river. Now the deck boards, the top boards, they're poplar. Myself and Jamie sat and milled all this wood years ago. It's been sitting unused for a couple of years, and in fact I burned a lot of it to keep myself warm this winter, but I decided this would be a good project for it. Jamie allowed me to use that, as well as the screws and the nails from his construction company. Simple frame, 10 foot on one side, 6 foot on the other. Pressure treated wood for the frame, poplar on top. Everything I've built in the last 5 to 6 years, 7 years, has been not in a workshop, not on level ground. I've been working on a sailboat at a marina for years. I built this houseboat in a field in Kentucky. Nothing lines up just right. It's not perfect, but I get it done. You just get it done. The problem that people have when they make these decks, especially when they're alone, is you can't flip them over. And in order to make the deck, you need to put the foam underneath with the boards on top, which means at some point it's got to tip over. I believe I've come with a solution to this by not laying the thing down and actually building it with it upright on its side. So I'm going to tie a rope to a tree here in order to make it not fall on me or the dog or the cat while I'm working on it. But eventually I'm going to build this whole thing while it's standing up vertically, and then slowly lower it down to the ground is my idea. That way I won't need to bring anyone out to this island to help me. I can get it all done by myself. I'm building these 2 foot on center. Now the foam is only 18 inches thick, so there is an argument to be made. If you had enough wood, you would make it 18 inches on center, and it would be a stiffer, heavier setup that could handle more wind and waves. I'm going with what I got because I'm not putting any money into this. This is all about time and effort.
Baby, I didn't mean to treat you bad, but I did it anyway. And then maybe some would say your life was sad, but you lived it anyway. So maybe your friends, they stand around, they watch you crumble as you fall to the ground. And then someday, your friends, they stand beside as you were flying up so high. But then someday.
My hope is to get this completed on the second day. The one thing that I have noticed while I have taken these things apart on islands where they wash up on shore so I can collect the foam and the wood is that it's all held together with electric wire, Romex or speaker wire, and some screws. That's what holds the foam in on all of these things. Now, the logic behind me having this is to give River a place to go to the bathroom during flooding season. And any time where there's just too many snakes or too many dangerous or too many bugs or something near shore, where I don't want to go out and check everything before I let him out. It's really great in the morning to just get up and open the door and let him just get out. Now, the middle of winter, when I'm parked on a beach, there's absolutely no need for this thing. The middle of summer, when it's high water and there are no beaches, I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. In the next week or so, we're going to have to put some plants on here and stuff to get him to pee out here. Somehow. Tree. Now you have to remember, this thing weighs 1.2 million pounds. If it falls on me, I will not only be stuck underneath it till I perish, but both the dog and cat will starve to death with no help. Now, as I mentioned before, the hardware, the screws, the nails, those are expensive. My buddy Jamie builds houses and buys them in bulk, and when he's done with a house, he'll have like one or two of these things left over. And he willingly donates it to the channel. Or really to me, well, River. He likes River better than me. Now, we milled this poplar at 1 inch. And right now there's 9 more feet of it to go. It is 88 degrees and humid as heck. You can imagine. Yeah, there's an overwhelming sensation of nervousness when you're trying to build something that floats. I've built 5 boats now, including this floating dock. And when you push it out there and it actually doesn't sink, it's been about 3 days since I built this dock, and I've used it with the dinghy and with the houseboat. It sits a little bit less than 1 inch into the water, and it doesn't affect the trolling motor. Can actually move the houseboat and the dock all at once. It just has it doesn't affect anything at all. Unless you're going 4 or 5 miles an hour in the houseboat, then it wants to pull to the left and you just have to counter steer. That's it. It's not that hard to drag with me, although I don't know that I'll need it in winter. So it doesn't feel tippy. It knows where I'm at. Like when I go to the corner, here, when I'm on the corner of it, the corner is, 2 inches from being in the water. But when I'm not in the corner, it's only 3 inches. So it's going down like an inch wherever I'm at. Definitely notices me being on it. Doesn't notice river. Look who just woke up. No, I don't think she'll have a problem with this at all because she's lived at marinas most of her life. So she's going to think this is a dock. Come here, Cricket. Little girl. Wind over there. We're going to go over there. As the sun goes down, we're going to find some wind to relax in tonight. I'm going to answer as many questions as I can right at the end here. No dollar was spent on anything here. I did water seal it with Thompson's water sealer, which I bought for a deck that I built on my property a couple years ago, and it's been in my truck. The foam, it is 18 inches by 12 inches, and I cut them in, they're different lengths, but for 1 square foot, it'll hold 60 pounds if you're doing the math on it, if you're trying to figure out how much foam you would need to float something. The next one goes out to people who are true liveaboards on their boats. I get the feeling of leaving the boat when I sit down on the deck. It's the same feeling you get when you go to the beach. It's the same feeling you get when you step onto the dock. It feels like I left the boat when I'm on this little deck drinking coffee or fishing or relaxing out here. I have seen documentaries where people build islands. I've seen it where they build it with plastic bottles. I've seen it where they plant trees. I've seen it where they build boat after boat after boat tied together. It's not really my thing. But I have to tell you, it makes you want to build another one of these and at least have one on each side or maybe go all the way around the boat. It's kind of an interesting concept. But I don't know. Maybe just making a wider boat with a deck all the way around the house might be something that we need to look at in the future at some point, in another time, and another place.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.